Hi, I'm Francesco from Newdlab, and today we are gonna build this little module here, the 4-sec by NLC, nonlinear circuits. It's my first SMD module and it's really great. I like it so much because I have the time division here, as you can see, and also it's a 4 sequencer and you can go upside, downside. It's really good. Backward, it's really amazing. I love it because it's really thin, really small, but it's so complex. Gives you so much possibility, this little model. One thing I need to tell you during the video that you will see now while I build this module, I do a little mistake, which is the reason why in the start it was not working. These two EC, they were swapped in the video. So the 4029 and the 4052, they were inverted. So if you are following the video, you just need to swap. So put this one in this position, this one in this position, and everything will be fine. Anyway, you will see now. So let's start. So before we start to build this module here, that as you can see I already finished, I want to tell you what do you need. So the first thing that you need is of course your solder station, your solder iron, the thinnest point that you can have or find, then tweezers, because the SMD components are really thin. I will show you now if I can. Wait. Let me show you. Okay. You see, these are two resistors. They are really thin. I will show you with the tweezer how they are. It's really hard to have them. So we were saying the tweezers, this to cut the legs of the resistors and the transistors. Then the wire, okay, soldering wire. I'm using the same of the other time. I think I told you in the video, but it's 1.0. It's not the thinnest one that you can find, but I think it's okay for this module at least. And nothing else, only these things. So now we can start. Let's go and start with the resistors. Okay, so let's start. I try to set the camera so you can see everything and better, I hope, because today the components are SMD, as I told you, in this 4-sec by nonlinear circuit, and so the components are really thin. I hope that you will be able to see everything. Before we start, the wire that I'm using is the same of the other time, same size, 1.0. I didn't find anything thinner or smaller, so I will use this one. I hope it will be good. If not, I will just stop and buy another wire and do it better. Before we start, about the SMD components, so the resistors. Here you can see 1K-D, 10K C, 100K. That means that where you're going to put the SMD components, here you can read C. Instead of writing, okay, the value of the resistance, Andrew, the guy who made this module, just wrote you C or D or whatever you should put. Back on the panel, there is right here, I don't know if you can see, there is C, for example, okay? So wherever you're going to put, the value is indicated this way. The first thing we're going to put on our PCB is actually the SMD components, the resistors. Here they are. As you can see, they are really thin. So we are going to put them all, to solder them all, but to not lose them, because it's really easy, when you're going to do the job, okay, when you need to solder, for example, the 1K, just take all the 1K and leave them on the table, but don't take all the others, because once they goes on the ground you don't find them anymore, just trust me. Okay, so the thing also that you need is this, which it will help you to place the component in the exact position. I hope I will be able, because I have the camera in front of me, so it's a bit harder, but we will see. So the first thing that he says is to start to place them on the bottom than on the top. It should be easier, but I don't think it does so much difference. So we will start from here, just because in this way you can read. Actually here you can't read anything, so it's better, I think, to start from here. So let's start with the 10K resistors. What do I have? The 100K resistors I have. Okay, so let's start with the D, which I don't see in this panel actually. Okay, maybe the D are all on the back. So let's start with the 1K resistors. Okay, so I moved a bit the light because I couldn't see actually anything. So let's remove the little plastic that you have here. So not everything, I will take them when I need. As you can see, it's really thin. I will put it on my pinky so you can see how thin is this. It's really small. So these are the 1K, they goes on the one like this. They should be placed like this. So the technique that we are going to use is the classic one. When you go to solder the SMD with the wire. So let's go. You should warm a bit the PCB in the place, in the little square, and just put the solder wire just on that place, okay, not in both, because now I will show you. So let's warm a bit. I didn't, okay, it's ready. Okay, so here it is. We just put the solder on that place. So now we are going to grab this. Okay, so I will use my left hand. We are going to grab it. It's really hard to do. And then to place it on that. Okay, and just make hot again. And there it is. Now you take the wire, okay, you warm the other part, just check that the resistor is actually connected, okay, because it's really easy, don't see if it's connected or not. I can't focus it, I'm trying, but okay. As you can see, it's connected in both the way, but maybe just a bit more here. Okay. Let me see if I can show you. Okay, as you can see, it's there. It will not move anywhere, and it is like that. Now, the technique that to be fast doing this, you just prepare all the squares where you are going to put all the resistor of the value that you took, okay, that you took out from the bag of your components, and then you place all of them, and then you go to solder what is missing. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so now we finished all the SMD components. So now we can move on like we know. Pin and with our integrated circuits. So let's start with this. It's always the same, like I showed you in the other video. You first warm one little leg and then you put the solder wire. So after this, okay, if you don't like your SMD, anyway, your SMD components, how you solder them, just go where you see that they are poor of solder wire and just put them a bit more, just to be sure that they are really connected, because they could seem like they are, but sometimes it can happen that they are not. So now let's take our transistors . Let's take now our diodes that, like I told you, okay, when you go to put the diodes, you can see this black part, okay. This is the way how you should put it. There is this little arrow with this line. There is the place where you should go the black line. So in this case it's in both on my left, okay. So left black line, left black line. Okay, so now let's take the only two normal side resistors that we have, the 10R, and they should go in these two positions, one here and one here. Now we actually finished almost. We need, like always, to take our potentiometer, our pods, and put them without solder them, so we can check if everything fit on the panel. Just remember always to remove this little part of the potentiometer so you can put it better and it doesn't create any problems on the panel. Now the last step are the jacks, which they have these 3 little foot that should go like this exactly, and the LEDs. Okay, so now we need to let this fit inside this like this. Okay, but first we go to our LEDs. Okay, here you can see K and A for cathode and anode. Okay, so after this, that everything is fitting well, like this, you can see, you can go to push in your LEDs and go to finish your work. So this is our module finished. So let's go to check if it works. Okay, so guys, I checked for the continuity, and there was one problem: the LED were not turning on. This because the two integrated circuit I will show you now, they were swapped. I put them in the wrong position. These two, I will show you. These two, they were inverted. This was in this place and this was in this place, and nothing. So I just found the problem, and now everything is working really well. You can see we have the clock from the 2LFO that we built before, and here the time division of this clock, and these are the output of the CV sequencer. So nothing. Now I will close it and we will see how it works in another video. So this is our finished module. It works everything, and we will see in another video, like I told you before, how it really works, this 4-second from nonlinear circuits. I will show you maybe in another video how to clean your PCB after your work. You see that you have a lot of flux on the PCB. So I will show you how to clean, and maybe I will do another video where I show you how to check the continuity for if you have some problems in your module. You should check the continuity or the resistor just to see that everything is okay. So I will learn you how to do that too. So this is it for today. If you liked the video, if you had a good time, if you learned something, share or put like if you want, and see you in the next video.